So, good morning to all of you, and thanks, Elets, for calling for the second time. And I think it's great to be among the distinguished audience once again among all of you. And we are starting morning with the topic given is Insurance for All by 2047, which is the mission given by the IRDA chairman. So really, I think this Insurance for All by 2047 is echoing around all the insurance industry among all of us and various other industries also. When we travel outside, there are people asking us, what is Insurance for All by 2047? What you people want to achieve and how you want to achieve. So I think the distinguished audience in the past, I think wherever I have gone, I have talked about it, and once again we'll run the whole thing, and we'll talk about first let us have a look at the snapshot of the insurance industry. What exactly is the insurance industry size, and what exactly is the manpower strength, how many companies operate, and so on. So we have around 72 companies operating who are life and non-life insurers. Okay, that includes reinsurers also, life, non-life, SAHI, and all put together come 72. And even the specialized companies also, two of them, agriculture and DCGC. 11 lakh crores of premium generated by life and non-life insurance. And you have around 5.8 million distribution points are there, and assets under management, they end up with around 68 lakh crores. So that's the size of insurance industry, and the penetration is slightly less than 4%. It has gone down, but I think this is already taken note by the regulator and the industry also, and steps are on, because if this vision, which we are now in 2025, so 22 years to go, though looks to be a long period, but for achieving the insurance for all, not a very long period. So now, what are the steps being taken by the insurance industry? You people would be thinking that how the insurance industry is going to achieve, what exactly we are going to do, what are the events which are happening, what exactly is happening at the council level. And many of you, I think by now are aware that GI Council based in Mumbai operates from Churchgate, and we have one office only in India, and it is a happening place now, let me tell you. And we provide the platform where a lot of things are happening these days. To give you a glimpse of few of the things which are happening is Bima Sugam already happened. Company is started already on its path. Then we have Bima Vahak Vistar. They are going to handle that. Product is ready. Then Bima Vahaks have to be enrolled now. So that thing has to be launched. That part is also there. We already have common empanelment process on. Then we, apart from that, hit and run claims are settled by General Insurance Council. We get the papers from all 800 districts from the country. And there is a portal on which they are uploaded, some of them sent by mails also. That's what is happening. And we settle around 600 plus claims in a month. Hit and run claims. That is where vehicle is not identified and a person is hit and the vehicle runs away. So that's one more activity. Now another activity which under MORTH we are going to embark is the Golden Hour scheme, wherein the people who are the victims of accident will be carried to the hospitals, and then there will be a cashless treatment to the extent of 1.5 lakhs. And then after that, the whole thing will come through NHA and SHAs to the council. The policy verification will happen through portal. And then once everything is done, then the payment will happen. So this is how this is going to happen. There will be two accounts for that. One will be insured vehicle account, which the insurance industry will be paying. One will be the uninsured vehicle account, wherein the money will flow from the government. And those are the two kinds of account which will happen. The vehicles which are insured, which a council will be settling. Both, of course, we are the managers for both, but then the money will be poured by the government in the second account. So this is another big activity which we are going to undertake. Already a pilot launch has happened in few of the states, but then Pan-India launch is still awaited. So this is the kind of activities which are happening at the council. Apart from these are some of the big ones. Then there is a ETAS platform which is also being developed. That's a reinsurance platform which will have all the reinsurers and insurers putting their balances on that. and then the balances will be reconciled and the payment module also will be enabled on it, and the payments will also flow from there. So that, I think, the first phase will be due for launch, ready for launch by 1st of April 2025. So this is another big project which we are undertaking. And apart from that, there are several other things which keep happening at the council level, and plus we keep giving opinion of the industry on various subjects. It keeps coming to us from the government, from the regulator, the master circulars. You people are all aware, last year, I think 70 plus circulars condensed into around 10 master circulars, which are there, and they are more prescriptive, principle based rather than prescriptive, which used to be earlier. So those are the kind of enablers. In a process, I have talked about the enablers also, which are going to take to our goal of 2047. So right now, if you see, the companies which are operating in this country, not very many. I mean, if you compare with the other countries, some of them have 400 companies, some of them have running into thousands. And for the kind of size of our population, this 72 companies are too less. So one is that we need to have new and more companies, and maybe some regional size companies which will be catering to a particular region, or maybe specialized companies which will be there. So those are the kind of companies which will be required, who have to deeply focus on a particular area of operation, on particular kind of products, so that they are able to reach to the last mile. So that is something which will be very important. This thing, when enabled, will help in adding to the penetration. And then capacity building is very much required. Capacity building at the company's level, or maybe at the reinsurers level. Because when you are insuring from small to big projects, small lives to big projects, everything you are insuring, you need to have a proper capacity also. Because a big project, when it comes, we should not be in that position that we are running outside. That capacity should be there. That is enabled through GIFT City and through FRBs are there. And when capacity is not there, we go to CRBs also, cross-border insurers and all that. So that is how it is happening. But the purpose is to retain the premium within the country and to have more and more reinsurance being done in the country. So that's a part of the capacity building. And then you need to specifically focus on the product. We have gig workers today. We have MSMEs, some 60 million SMMEs are there, which significantly contribute to the GDP of around 30% of the country's GDP, and give employment to a number of people running into millions. So those are the kind of focused products, focused companies, and focused policies you need. So this is something which will be one step which will be required. Then continuous innovation. Cyber security is required now. You need products who can cover more and more technology you use. You come at the risk of being hacked, mail is hacked, data leakage is there. So many things keep happening. So that is something which you have to be very cautious now. DPDP rules, also draft rules have come today only from IRDA to us. Now industry will be deliberating on it and giving the feedback to the government and all that. So this process is also on. So you have to be very careful, because the more you utilize technology, the more data will you collect. And the more data you collect, the more you are at the risk of losing data anytime. So you have to be very cautious about it. So that is something. So innovative products are required. Plus some segment of population comes, some new products are required, some new projects are coming up. So all that today, customer is very, very demanding. They will like to have a particular kind of coverage. They will like to have some parametric kind of coverage. Government is asking that give parametric coverage. When particular level rainfall exceeds a particular level, that time we declare some calamity, and then all those who are in that area, they get the benefit of that. Those are the kind of products which are in demand. So innovation continuously it is required, because you can't be just sitting with the traditional policies of fire, motor, marine and all that. You need to diversify. You have to have more of liability policies. More and more penetration is required into that. And then data which is available at our end needs to be continuously analyzed by the companies to look at what kind of areas are giving you more losses, what kind of ailments are giving you more losses. If you go to health, which are the hospitals, which are the particular ailments which you can say, then you go to this the age group which is giving you losses, and all those kind of things. Data, when you put to analytics, you get a lot of conclusions to that. Only thing is that you should be able to price your products based on that. So that is something that helps you to price the product, that helps you to discard the particular product, or that helps you that how you are taking a particular segment, whether you have to introduce copay or what exactly you have to do. So that helps you to tone your products and to relaunch them in a modified form based on your data feedback to the common public. So that is something. Then market research also you can use. So market research also gives you a feedback now from the basis of the clients, that what exactly they want in the market, what exactly was their feedback about the claim, how they felt, what were the problems which were encountered, how they could improve on that, how the companies can improve the products. So many things are there which come when you go to the market, take the feedback. And then new and new channels are also required, whether point of sale are there. Now Bima Vahaks, who will be, this is a new channel which will be there. It's a women-centric channel which will be there, and which will be mostly from the rural areas. So they will be selling Bima Vistar to start with. So that is the product which is a combo product of life and general. Life will be term plan, and 2-3 sections are there from this, like hospi cash, personal accident, dwellings, and all these. The few sections combined together, that's a combo product which is there. To start with that, they'll be selling that product. So that's how it is going to happen. New and new channels are required, because insurance still, you need to solicit that, you need to convince the people, you need to follow up, and then only on the basis of that you are able to turn the discussion and the whatever convincing you have done to the final sale. Because if you see in our priority list, insurance will not be occupying a high, it will be at the lower level only. When most of the needs are filled up, then people look at the insurance. And in spite of the fact that so many calamities have started happening in India also, but still we find that insurance, you really need to push it, and you really need to make people understand that still many of the people think that insurance is a life insurance. So those are the challenges which are associated. These are the challenges which can be addressed by having more and more agents, more and more brokers, more and more, you can say, penetration of the channels in order to increase the penetration of insurance. So that is one more area which industry needs to focus upon it. So these are few of the, then there is a state plan. That's another initiative of a regulator which is there. Regulator has allotted particular state to each of the insurance companies. Now those companies are expected to go to those states, meet the state government official, the chief secretaries and all. The initiation from the regulator is already done. Council is all out to support them. They need to visit the state, meet the chief secretaries, and then there are, based on the rules or regulations, you need to visit the gram panchayats and all that. So 10% panchayats, suppose they are to be covered in a particular year, you need to, panchayats are selected by the companies in their states. Then on that basis, you have to check what is the penetration of panchayats, insurance in that panchayat. How many vehicles are there? How many are insured? How many people live there? The number of dwellings, and what is insured. That will form the base of your data. Then you have to build up on that. You have to increase the insurance on that. So that's another focused way of working and going to the grassroots level in order to increase the penetration. So these are few of the steps. If you see, then you come at the macro level, you will see that more and more capital is required if you have to do the expansion for the companies. So for that, I think we came from 26 to 49, 49 to 74. Now maybe perhaps 100% will be permitted. Then a proper planning has to be done at the macro level. The risks have to be seen, the risks have to be managed. All those things are there. So then you need the support of various stakeholders into this. You need the support of regulator, which is always very much there with the industry. You need government support, that is also there. Government is very, very proactively doing it. And recently the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund is also exempted from GST in last GST Council meeting, which was held in December 24. So that's another step of the government. So you can say how much good steps government and regulator are taking to increase the penetration of the insurance. And on that basis only, the chairman has desired that we want that each household should have a term policy, should have a health policy, should have a dwelling policy. At least 2-3 basic covers should be there by 2047. That's how they have tried to simplify the regulation. Then we need the support of various institutions also, like IIRM is there, IIB is there, which is called that data repository of insurance industry. They're based at Hyderabad. They are collecting data. Data is flowing through the servers of the companies to the IIB, and then they analyze the data and provide various kind of reports to the companies. So that's how it is happening. So these are, you can say, and then you have to make sure that the manpower which you have has to be steadily trained. They have to be up to date, because whatever is the new technology which is coming, the new products which are coming, the agents which you are recruiting, your manpower has to be continuously updated. They have to be trained, and they have to be guided, and they have to be told that how they are going to mobilize this whole thing to achieve insurance for all by 2047. Because manpower is the asset of the company which appreciates with use. You have to keep training them, and you have to make sure that whatever resources they are provided with, the manpower is putting the best use of these resources, utilizing them, and then trying to add to basic mission insurance for all by 2047. So these are some of the steps which I have tried to highlight this morning, and to set the tone for the rest of the day, that this is what the industry is supposed to do. And based on, we have the regulator, we have the government, we have the employees, we have the technology, product, and so many things we have tried to cover the stakeholders. And then we have the stakeholders, we have the surveyors also are there, we have TPAs, all these are partners in progress. They are all assisting us. We have the advocates also who assist us in the court. So all these people, it is not a one-person job. It is a total industry job, and council being the platform in this, we are providing all kind of exchange of ideas, all kind of support to the industry, the feedback to the government and the IRDAI, and taking advice from them. So this is the way we are functioning, and the whole ecosystem is functioning. And this is what is now expected. Goal is very clear, and all efforts are in that direction. So before I conclude, I feel that I have tried to cover up everything, that how industry is working and how we are going to achieve this kind of goal, which is not an easy one. And time is also, though 22 years look to be very big, but then the time is not much, because you have to penetrate. You are at 1%, and you have to go for insurance for all. You can imagine how much is the gap. The protection gap in India, as on date, if any catastrophe event happens, for your information, is almost 90% plus. So that's the kind of situation which we are here. So I think we'll be able to appreciate that the insurance industry is working very, very definitely to achieve this goal of the chairman. And we hope that with the efforts of all of you who are at various levels, we'll be definitely able to achieve this goal. Thank you to all of you.